So My Love from Adele, and that was chosen by Sia, who's my guest on the show today. So, I mean, she's a great character, isn't she?
Yes.
And you two working together, how was that?
Well, it was weird, actually, because I'm a fan, so I didn't want to, and I'm quite a dominant writer, and oftentimes, like, I'm working with people who aren't necessarily, like, born writers, and so it's easy to just, like, sort of steamroll the session, and it's quicker if I just do it, and like having people sort of interject is almost like dilutes the process. So the truth is I don't actually work with artists for the most part unless I'm really either have a lot of spare time or I'm really interested in them as an artist or creator or whatever. So in this case, I knew I wanted to take a step back from my and like play the role of being like some submissive.
That's what you couldn't even bring yourself to say it then.
Yes. I needed to be the beta character and like allow her to be the alpha, but I'm just not sure if I succeeded. I don't know.
So you're
and
both
you'd have
alpha
to
characters,
ask her.
really, aren't you? Okay.
Yeah.
But didn't you apologise to her?
Yeah, because I felt insecure. I wasn't really sure how it had gone. I wasn't sure if I had been able to attune to her. I just wasn't really. I couldn't get a real handle on what was happening.
And what was her response?
She said, "What are you even talking about? I have no idea. You're great. I love you."
Are you friends? Do you become friends with people that you work with?
I generally, not all of them. Some are more difficult to attune to than others, but the truth is that, you know, there are some people that are just super easy to be friends with, and I think that, you know, you're going to be drawn to like different, I guess, imago, you know, people who remind you of your past. Or in my case, I find it the most easy to attune to Katy Perry and Pink. Kesha, like these are all girls who I just find it really easy to be around.
But you are so similar to those people. You're outgoing, strong women, I think.
They're just very earthy and real, and I really like that about them. I love them. And like Beyonce's just like the sweetest person in the world.
What is she?
Like,
gentle and sweet?
She's so regal. It's really like working with royalty. Like she's so regal and poised and kind and considered and you know, she knows I'm in the program, and when we were working on her album, I was there for a month in the Hamptons, and we have dinner 6 nights out of 7 all together, whoever was there working with her and Jay. And she knew I was in the program, and they would have wine with dinner. And one night she just sort of pointed to a bottle of like alcohol-free wine that she had someone go out and source for me because she felt bad that they were all drinking and that I was on the water. And I just thought, well, there's not a lot of pop stars that are so thoughtful and like can think outside of themselves.
Yeah. So talking about coming back into the limelight, you've got a new album coming out in January. So you are putting yourself on the line again, and obviously you've been damaged. You've been very fragile. You're probably still fragile now.
Just coming here today, I mean, I literally I'm very jet lagged, and I had a 30-minute nap before I came here, but I was in the car and I was feeling so spangled, and I said to my managers, listen, I'm just so afraid. I'm so jet lagged. I'm afraid I'll tell the truth.
I'd love you to tell me the truth. I've got a checklist here of people. I'm just going to give you some names, okay? Should we start with Rihanna?
Oh, yeah, she came over to my house the other night for the first time. Well, I'd never really met her before. I met her because I just sent her the tracks.
So you just write the songs and then she records them?
Okay. And so I had met her very briefly at SNL when she sung Diamonds. I'd gone to watch her sing it, and a really briefly, super sweet person. And then the other night she came over and listened to half of 25 songs. I played her because she's still looking for songs for her new album, and she's very, very nice, very sort of poised and polite, and you know, she was there clearly to listen to songs and see if there was anything that she was into. It was a business meeting for sure.
And did she like stuff that she heard?
Yeah, well, she took 4, but I don't know if they'll end up, you know, I'm pretty sure I have 1 on the next album, but I don't know if I'll end up with more than that. Okay.
Kylie, tell me the truth about Kylie.
She's not her.
No, I want the truth about Kylie.
So
come on.
Nice. She's such a sweetie. She's got
she's
a
a
mean
demon from hell.
bone in her body. She's like the nicest person ever. I'm not even that like close with her, and she sang like on my year wedding anniversary video that my husband had made, singing Blackbird, singing in the dead of night. He knew that was my favorite song, and he just asked randos, and I was like, Kylie's on there? I'm like, Kylie and I have probably met like 7 times. We love each other, but I was like, that's so hilarious. He's hitting her up to be part of my like a wedding anniversary video.
Who else? Hang on, who else is on there?
Oh, we couldn't.
The truth. I want the truth.
Yeah, we couldn't send it out. So meaning we couldn't send copies of it out to everyone because there was too many famous people on there. I didn't want to compromise their safety.
Should we play Blackbird if you said that's one of your favourite songs? Yeah, can I play it on the show?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Blackbird
Oh, we had Hosier sang it the other day. He came in in session. Yeah, he was really good.
I'm embarrassed about that because I didn't know what he looked like. And after the Grammys last year, I ended up at thank you to my pop star concierge, Katy Perry, who has been like hand holding me throughout the process of how to be a pop star. She said, we're going to Sam Smith's after party. I was like, okay. And she was like, I'll put your name on the list. And I was like, thanks, miss. And she wrote pop star concierge at your service. And we got there, and Taylor Swift came over and said, let's go tell the DJ to play something with a melody. And I was like, oh, I'm not one for telling DJs what to play, but and then she did that, and then she came back and she was standing with this tall white guy, and he said, oh, great performance tonight. And I said, thank you so much. Oh, you're English? And he said, yes. And I said, are you having a nice time? And he said, yes. And I said, oh, it's lovely to meet you. See you later. And had no idea it was Hosier. And I'm actually a huge fan of his. So if you're listening, I'm a huge fan of yours, and I'm really embarrassed. I had no idea what you looked like. I'm
sure we'll get the message to him. We'll definitely make sure he knows.
Now you know.
You both love that song. You both love Blackbird. Wow. So just going back to the protection, like how you're going to be okay with this album coming out. Have you got people looking after you? Have you?
Wow, it's all brand new now. Like finally I have a little bit of money behind the whole process because I never made any money before until now. So now we're trying out this whole new thing of having like a security guard and a tour manager and bringing like a little group of people that work with me, and it's almost as if it's an entourage, I guess. And now I'm kind of understanding why people work within entourages, because you can co-regulate, and when you're feeling either lonely or dysregulated or uncomfortable, you can really feel a part of this family. It does feel safer with this. I mean, it makes me feel like the president. I have to say, it's crazy because Austin, there's my new, I don't even know what to call him. That's how new I am. I'm like my security guard. It makes him sound like he works at the Safeway. And I'm like, I was like, what do you call him? Security detail? Personal detail? Bodyguard? Bodyguard. I mean, that's so crazy to think I have a bodyguard. So I think
you need to ask Bono, don't you? Because I think you two started this whole family thing off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Have you met them? Have you met you two?
No. I mean, briefly. I met him at... this is going to sound like full Hollywood. I met Guy Oseary, Madonna's manager, threw Bono a party after their U2 gig, and I got a text message inviting me to it, and I was like, this sounds like an adventure. Yeah. So I went, and it was. I could not believe... I was like... dude, there should be hidden cameras in this house everywhere, because it was like every famous person I'd ever heard of was just mingling in his backyard with a bunch of garden heaters and a DJ. And I was like, oh, this is real. This actually does happen in Hollywood. Wow.
Yeah,
I've never been back, but I met Bono there for about 10 minutes, and I just said goodbye, and he was like, you're leaving already? You just got here. And I was like, it's not really, I don't know what to do here. Like, none of you are pixelated. It's confusing. See you later.
Listen, what can we expect from the new album? It's called This Is Acting. That's right.
It's all pop rejects, really.
It seriously is. I was reading about this.
Bullets. Okay. Yeah, except for 1 Million Bullets, which I really like for myself. I think pretty much every song on it. Oh, and yeah, no, I did pitch that one to Rihanna. And pretty much every song on there, I pitched to someone or 2 or 3 or 4 people, and it never got cut. And I just felt like I had a feeling that they had potential, and it would have made me sad for them to never see the light of day. So I thought it would be a fun concept to make an album called This Is Acting, whereby it's sort of clear that it's not necessarily lyrical content that I myself would have necessarily sung, but that these are pop songs and this is acting.
Okay.